Hello and welcome to Couple Chat.
Where we
Parents.
discuss topics for you.
Parents. I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie. Let's chat.
Here we are, sitting on a new couch. That is a new addition to our life right now.
Yeah.
It was your birthday this month. We are recording this on what's today? March 16th. Because tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Wow.
5 days ago was my birthday.
Yes, March 11th.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk a little bit about that. Did you do you like your new couch that you got for your birthday?
I love my new couch. I think it's just got really cool features. We got it on Amazon, or you got it on Amazon.
Right.
And it's funny because like you explained this whole long-winded story. But in a nutshell, we've been wanting the Hahns from IKEA forever.
Yeah.
And every time we looked, it was either out of stock or we couldn't get it shipped or what have you. We stopped looking for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then recently you started looking again because we were going into Costco and like sitting on couches and being like, but $1,200 or $1,500 was just like out of the question. But the Hahns, when we were first looking at it, was reasonable. And then you started looking at it again and it wasn't so much. So you told me you kind of shopped around and then you found this on Amazon and just like the features are cool. You have a cup holder in every armrest, which there's 2 armrests. You have charging hubs in each arm.
Yeah.
You have storage, like you flip the flaps up and you could put controllers and whatever else you need in there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just really cool. And it turns into do you know how big? Is it a queen or a king?
I don't think it's either. I think it's more of like a full.
No, it's bigger than a full. Nate's bed is a full.
Nate's bed is not a full. It's 20. I think it's full. It's kind of like a full.
Regardless, it opens up.
Yeah.
And is like super cool. I would totally sleep on it.
If you have a Hahn or you know the Hahn, it's the same size as that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's much different. We slept on a Hahn once, which is why we fell in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
We were staying at your brother's apartment in Brooklyn at the time.
Right.
And I think, was that when we went to see Muse?
It was one of those times.
I think it was.
It was either Muse or Killers.
No, Killers was Philly.
Oh.
We went to Wells Fargo Center for that.
Which one did we go to?
Barclay
for?
Yeah, that was Muse.
Muse. Yeah, then it was Muse.
Yeah. So we slept on a Hahn.
That's why we fell in love with it. We were like, this is perfect. And then we were like, tiny house life, that's even better because tons of storage, having something that it can turn into a bed for a guest was a no-brainer.
But it's also great for us when we're lounging and we're just hanging out at home, like at home with the kids or watching something. Like we could easily open this up and like have the room to put our feet up or the kids can sit here more comfortably with us. It's just all around like a couch that can do so much more than, the average sofa or whatever the case is. I just think that this is a great versatile couch that can be used for a lot of different reasons for a small family like us, Yeah. And of course, the big reason why we wanted something like this was for tiny housing. And unfortunately, we're not there right now, but I think we are in a tinier house than many other people.
Yeah. We also, we try to be mindful with everything. Yeah. We just did like a huge good haul, a Goodwill haul.
Good haul. I like that.
We just did a huge Goodwill haul. Yeah. And like we got rid of a lot of stuff we were given because, we have kids or stuff that we just accumulated and just piled high. Mm-hmm. And we just went through it this weekend. It was like we'd had enough. And I think we both came to that epiphany together.
Yeah.
Which was nice because we were both like, all right, we're going to get this pile now. Like, let's just do it. We threw everything out here in the living room and just dug through it all and kept what we wanted. And then I think about 75%.
That's what I was saying. I was telling your cousin that we did this. Mm-hmm. Like when she came over, obviously, we showed her the wall, the back of this wall where we're sitting was for almost the entire time we were living here, just where we were accumulating just
Stuff.
crap.
It was literally piled as high as this couch.
Pretty much. And that's our bedroom. And it was daunting. It felt like just this weight on top of us.
Yeah.
Like having to go to bed every night and knowing that was there was just so frustrating, and we're not like that.
And inching past the pile because it kept moving out.
Yep.
It was like, you see the piles at the dump where like they keep piling stuff on and it just like keeps sliding out from the bottom. Like it wasn't garbage, but like it felt like
but it was a lot of bags.
Overflowing, daunting pile.
Yeah. So finally, getting through that and having that space back. But I think the reason why it really worked, especially for me, was we had a goal in mind and we knew what we wanted to do with this wall.
Right.
We changed things up. We had a really nice, decently nice dresser in the basement that was left here by the previous owners.
Right.
And you haven't been using it. It's in the laundry room, and we were both like, you know what, this dresser's down there. It's nice, and we've been wanting to get rid of our old furniture that we've had for this house and like 3 apartments before it.
Yeah, too long.
Yeah. And it's kind of falling apart. My end table, the drawers broken. It's just bad. And so that was the deciding factor of like, we need to clean this wall now so that we can make this change and actually get this place in order.
Yeah.
And I just think it's funny, like, it's no secret that like you've been unemployed for the last 6 months or so, and you've been able to be a stay-at-home mom, but like this whole pile is something that it's like, oh, this should have easily been able to be taken care of because like you had the time, but you were with Emma, and like it was just that thing that it's like it wasn't an objective that was easy enough to just pick up and take care of, like especially with Emma around and I was still working, so it was like it was something we both needed to be dedicated to, and blows my mind that we basically accomplished it in the afternoon.
Yep. Literally, the kids went up for quiet time and we just did it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me because, like, I'd been starting to, like, kind of try and clean up the bedroom. Like, I would do little projects. Like, I cleaned up the accessory bin.
Yeah.
Like, the hair accessories for Emma and I. I cleaned up one other spot in the room. But then I was like, oh, this is, like, no matter how much I cleaned, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, I would pick something up and try and put it away. And then more stuff would just show up in that spot.
Right.
And you're just like, man, like, I couldn't catch a break. It didn't matter how often I tried. It's just like the laundry pile. I feel like the laundry pile, no matter what, you have 4 people you're doing laundry for, this stuff piles up. And their drawers are barren, but the table in the basement is piled high. And it's like, I don't know how there's like parents out there who like keep up on laundry. Like,
yeah.
Do you actually spend like hours doing laundry? I don't, like, my friend, like, she had no laundry accumulated in her laundry when we went to Florida. Not one piece. Like, the only things that were still in there were hung laundry, like air drying laundry.
Jeez.
Everything else was gone. So how do you find the time?
You didn't ask her?
No, I didn't even think about it until now. Like, just being like,
funny.
Holy cow. Like, now that I'm thinking back on it, there was not one piece of laundry in that laundry room.
Yeah.
Other than dirty clothes or hanging to dry.
I mean, it could also be their environment. It's a very small laundry room. You have a lot of space.
I have way too much space in my laundry room.
And you don't realize that, like, when you have that, it's like subconscious. You have that space and it's like, oh, I can do whatever I want in here.
Yeah. And I have a giant table. Like, my table is twice the size of the washer and dryer.
Right.
So I could take everything out of there a couple loads at a time and all right, I'll get to this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's definitely part of my problem because it's like, how do I keep up on it?
How do I do?
How do I fold the laundry?
Right. But I think I think it's just the nature of the beast with 2 young children.
Yeah.
Who don't know how to fold laundry and help put away laundry yet. I think Nate's at the point where like maybe he could start doing that on his own, and we should start teaching him that. I keep seeing content out there. I guess not as much anymore because I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I really tried to like lessen social media and I deleted a lot of it from my phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see a reel at somewhere recently where
you make the cardboard.
Yeah, it's just cardboard, and you write a big 1, 2, 3, 4 on it, and that's it.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because Nate would love that. I think.
Yeah,
because
especially if he was a part of it.
Yeah,
because he would love to build that for you or for me or whatever.
Right. He loves cardboard. We have a box, and he's like, "Can I use that for something?" It's like there's a piece of cardboard behind the camera right now.
Yeah, like, on his lap desk that we got him for his birthday. It just makes sense.
Yeah. So that could definitely be a factor. And I mean, let's start a laundry party while we're doing couple chat.
We totally, guys, I would get so much more done.
Right?
Yeah, but then sound,
Yeah, I mean,
continuity.
Those clothes are just so loud.
So loud. Let's try it right now. We didn't try
it. For those of you just listening. Yeah, so
I don't know. I think that was definitely a successful project that we just were very unexpected. It was nice.
And I think that was like why it was so successful too. Mm-hmm. Because I looked in there, it was yesterday afternoon, and I was like, why don't I just do this? And you were like, yes. And we did. And we had a plan. And at first it was a little, we were at odds ends because we're opposites when it comes to stuff like this, but I'm the purger and you're a bit of the hoarder. Me, I could throw everything away in our house right now if you said I was allowed. Like if you gave me a contract and you signed it with blood saying you are allowed to throw away whatever you want in this house right now, you would come back and it would probably be empty.
I know.
Or near empty.
I'm aware.
Except maybe, like a shrine to Metal Gear Solid or something.
Yeah, all your
no.
Beep. All your stuff.
But no, in all seriousness. So we were a little bit like at each other's throats in the beginning because I was like, well, why do you need this? Or why do we need that? Or blah, 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 blah. And you're like, well, because of this and because of that. And then after a while, I think we both realized, you know what? There has to be a better way to really assess this situation. And we both found a moment, I think subconsciously or just calmly to ourselves because we didn't discuss it. Mm. All of a sudden, things just evened out and we started to calmly start talking about stuff and really going through stuff and coming out with legitimate reasons why something would stay or something would go.
Right.
And I think that really helped the situation. Once we came to that, it became a well-oiled machine and it moved until, Nate came down from his room and
threw a wrench in the whole thing.
Threw a Batmobile in the whole thing, really.
Oh my gosh.
But, he couldn't stay up there the whole time. Knew that wasn't going to happen.
No, but Emma fell asleep. Ooh.
Yes.
Excuse me. Didn't mean to yawn on the microphone.
Emma. Wow. And we're parents. Jackie's going to fall asleep now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cozy. I'm comfy. I got a pillow on my new couch. I'm going to pull up the pull-out and...
Pull up the pull-out? That was good.
What? Take a nap. Take a snooze.
Yeah. So, back to your birthday.
Oh, yeah. That's
we got this couch. Yeah. Well, it's, I mean, we could go further back into the month. I mean, we had the parade even this month.
Yeah, but we already did an episode.
We did. We talked about it, and it was amazing this time. One of the best years.
It was freaking cold.
Oh, that part sucked.
Yeah.
That part really sucked. But anyway, so...
Birthday happened.
Got you this couch.
Yeah.
I got you some other little things. We finally own Wicked, so that's cool.
Wicked.
One of the other coolest parts about your birthday, it was an early gift, but it had to happen for just awesome timing's sake. We're a couple.
We like co-op games.
Yes, we do. We love co-op games.
So what do you think Matt bought me?
It's one of our favorite pastimes. So,
yes.
Hazelight Studios, one of the best companies out there for co-op games. If you don't know who they are and you're a couple and you love gaming, where are you? But they just came out with their newest game, Split Fiction, and my goodness,
Dude, we spent hours playing the first like part of the game, and it was like, wait, it's been hours? Like, this is so beautiful. Everything about it was like the mechanics, the artwork, the voice acting. Like, I just love every second of it.
Yeah.
Like, I loved It Takes Two.
Amazing.
It Takes Two was really like our glimpse into what Hazelight can really do.
Oh, yeah.
And It Takes Two was great. The story was a little hard for us just because being a couple, that couple's going through divorce and like their child is being affected. Like, we've mentioned it before, it's just not an option for us. We don't want to do that to our kids. We don't want to do that to each other. But like that game, the story kind of like hit a little too close to home.
In a good way, though. I think the whole point, and this is why Hazelight makes such amazing games, but I think the whole point of It Takes Two was that by the end of it, they realized how to cooperate,
communicate,
and how to communicate.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when you play it with your significant other, you're doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like we're gamers at heart, so it's not like that isn't there already. But the game, because of the mechanics and because of the story, it puts you through the paces in a way different way than we've played before.
Right.
So, and yeah, that aside from like A Way Out, which was the first game of theirs we played, not as great. Definitely their weakest game.
It was definitely their demo to what's
what
possible.
They can do. Yeah, and It Takes Two was just mind blowing. Really, they finally got into their groove, and I think that was the reason why it was so impactful to a lot of people, but specifically couples.
Yeah, but like Split Fiction, on the other hand, we don't really know the story yet because we've only played about 90 minutes or so.
Oh, we got to be further now.
Oh, further now, right? Because we played it again.
Maybe like 3 hours.
Okay, but like still, like the story's pretty good. Like we're really enjoying like this whole, futuristic possible world where like artists' ideas can be stolen from them and how they can really take it back from, the corporations. I don't know. I really like it. And like I said, the mechanics, it's so smooth. Like, yes, I'm a gamer, but I'm not as avid of a gamer. And I've been watching you play MGS4 for the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's nice to be able to like jump in and be able to handle myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've only died a few times. There was no waiting on me for too many puzzles.
This game's really nice when it comes to making mistakes or dying or things like that. Like, as long as one of you is still alive, the game just keeps moving.
Right.
Which is really helpful and never felt like either of us fell behind in any moment.
No.
Because, there were times where I died as well and you were then ahead of me.
Yeah.
But, like, the way that the game works, you catch up really quick. And the puzzles so far have never been like, oh my God, I'm stuck over here forever.
Right.
And they build it in a way where, like, you're kind of in a bubble for a moment. And, like, if you continuously die, the other person can only get ahead so far.
Right.
So then eventually you wind up together. Or it's a puzzle that we're working on together and we're both dying back and forth. Or we make it through and we figure it out, So, like, like the sandworm one, for instance.
Or, the car.
Yeah, well.
Guys, I can't drive vehicles in video games.
In games. She's an amazing driver in real life.
Aw,
I'm probably the worst driver here. There you go. It's out there in the universe. I said it, okay?
Okay, Magellan.
That's different than driving, okay? Yes, directions. I am bad sometimes. But you know what? I'm a better driver when I'm by myself. I've come to the realization.
Everyone would say that because they're by themselves. There's no one to observe their
Or distract them.
Oh, True.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like when I'm alone, like, I mean, yeah, I think I drive a lot for work, especially. So
True.
I don't know, but either way.
Yeah, but I can't fly planes. I can't fly flying cars. I can't drive. I can't ride a bike. Like, I cannot do any of it
In a game.
in a
guys.
game. It is. Yeah, I can fly a plane in real life, didn't you know?
Well,
And a flying car.
I will not be in that plane. That's for sure.
Nope.
Wait, you won't be in the plane you're flying? Holy crap! What?
You're silly.
Yep.
Yeah, but Split Fiction, awesome. Get it if you like co-op gaming for sure.
Yeah.
And then you also took me to our favorite restaurant.
Yes. It has definitely. It is one of those things where, like, wow, what a blessing in disguise that they built one of these over here.
I'm so glad.
I am
It's
too.
like one of those things where Woodbridge was the closest one to where we were
We're talking
before
about
we moved here.
Miller's Ale House.
Yeah.
And we probably mentioned it before on our podcast, but it has been a staple in our relationship for a very long time. Not our first anniversary, but early on dating anniversary, we went to Miller's Ale House in Long Island at the time. And it just blew us away.
Yeah.
It was just one of those restaurants that were like, it just became a staple. We loved everything about it. And the service is always good, no matter what location we've gone to.
The food is always the same and great.
And great. And like, that's what's hard about restaurants. When they're chains, even though they're chains and they have the name, they have the same menu, recipes, whatever, service and quality of food can still be a detriment depending on where it is or how it's run or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They seem to do a really good job no matter what location it's been in.
Yeah.
I have never.
Knock on wood.
There's no wood.
Knock on the couch.
It's mostly metal.
There's parts of it that are wood. There's got to be.
But yeah, I don't think we've ever really had a bad experience there.
No.
They've been a little slow the last couple of times we went, but
Yeah. That might just be stopping in the kitchen, though.
yeah. But if you're, we live in the epicenter of like really great local chains and just restaurants and food and all that kind of stuff. And don't get us wrong, we go to that. We're huge Rook people.
Yeah.
You guys are from the Jersey Shore. Rook is one of the best coffee joints around.
And they're 25.
Burger 25. My goodness. Chef's kiss. Turning Point.
Woodchucks.
Woodchuck. Don't
barbecue.
tell them too much. They'll really figure out where we live. But yeah, there's Sundays. There's lots of great local places that we love and we go to. Miller's is a place that, even though they're not a local joint, they are probably the cream of the crop when it comes to the chains in general these days.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's their fault up that way in like that Eatontown Ocean area, but there's a lot of restaurants that are closing over there.
Yeah.
Chain restaurants that used to be staples like Fridays and Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, Red Lobster had a fire up there.
yeah, but then why?
They never reopened
Yeah,
it.
I don't think they're going to. And
No.
like all of them are closing now too.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah, but
really
that Friday's
sad.
closed way before any of the other Fridays were closing.
I know, but we went there a lot
And
it
we
sucked.
did not
It's
like
one
it.
of the worst Fridays, and that's what I'm saying about chains, like quality of food and staffing. It matters.
Yeah.
Matters. So, and yeah, those two are very sad for me anyway.
Yeah.
Red Lobster has been a staple in my family forever. So if they're completely closing, that's really, really sad. Really, truthfully. And Fridays, I mean, same thing.
There's one right over here, and they closed
Yeah,
two of
they
them.
closed. Yeah, they closed the one down in Tom's River. So it's like that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I think that's it for them. They're over.
Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna keep a couple open in the Midwest or something, or down in Florida. But
Probably. I mean, you have Restaurant Row
yeah,
in Orlando.
all the dead restaurants live there.
Yeah,
There's a Sizzler there.
I know. But there's
Perkins.
right, Perkins.
Perkins, man.
Perkins.
So good.
Dude, we're going down like
Better
memory
than
lane of
IHOP.
all these
Restaurants
that
yeah.
have closed on us.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because like I don't know, going out to eat in a movie is like your thing, right? Like it's like something you do on a date night,
Yeah.
and these places are closing. And it's like, well, where do you go now?
like we said though, you really have to at least look at it in a positive way, that maybe this is a resurgence for local dining. And even though it's dining in general is becoming more expensive, and I think that's why chains are falling off too.
Sure.
Because they can't keep up with the expense of food right now, that it doesn't even make sense to go to a chain restaurant for a deal, because there really isn't any.
Right.
So you're going to spend the same amount to go to we went to Applebee's not that long ago, and we spent like $65-$70 there. And it's Applebee's, guys. It's Applebee's.
Yeah.
No more Applebee's on a date night. But I'm just saying, you could go to a local joint and probably spend the same amount and have better food.
Quality, for sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And a better experience, too.
Yeah.
So it's I think that's the big reason.
I think Fridays is also going more into their merchandising, because I went into the store the other day and I saw 10 different items from Fridays in the frozen food section.
Oh, I thought you were going to say shirts or something.
Was that the merchandising I meant, folks? I'm pretty sure they all knew.
Oh.
That's not what I meant.
Well, I didn't.
Literally, there were boxes of loaded potato skins, mozzarella sticks, jalapeno poppers. No, but it was
what were the jalapeno poppers, though, Jackie?
Cream cheese. Yeah.
Jackie and I have been searching high and low. So if you watch this podcast and you love us amazingly, or not, you could comment anyway and be like, we don't like you guys, but
we'll get a P.O. box so that you could ship some to us. Or you could just tell us where to buy some that have cheddar cheese.
Cheddar. What's that cheddar?
I like cheddar with my jalapenos. Yeah. I do not like cream cheese. That's so,
we love cream cheese, but
the two should not combine in a fried jalapeno popper.
Yeah.
On a bagel, sure, but not.
What about on a cheddar jalapeno bagel?
That's fine.
Wow, let's see what I did there. Cheddar jalapeno bagel.
That's fine.
So it's cheddar and cream cheese.
That's fine, but in a jalapeno popper, I don't know where I've had it before, because apparently no one does it. Literally everywhere we've looked, it's
gotta
been
go to a
cream
local
cheese.
joint.
Even then, they're cream cheese.
Oh, what? Not at a restaurant. See, that's the thing. If you buy it in the store, it seems to only be cream cheese.
Yeah.
But at restaurants, I've only ever seen cheddar.
I
don't know why.
I can't.
Now we're talking about jalapeno poppers, guys.
Anyway, so we went to Miller's, and then Matt surprised me with a movie, which we went and saw Mickey 17.
I figured, why not have a birthday where she gets to see, at least 17, 18 Robert Pattinson's on screen.
I mean, he's not my choice for Edward, but he's a good actor. I like him.
Remember when we hated him? We thought he was the worst thing since Kristen, what was her name?
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah. Oh, wait, they were both bad? She is actually bad, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kristen Stewart.
I've never liked anything she's been in.
Kristen.
I've never liked anything she's in.
That's why.
Twilight was fine. She was the typical Bella that I guess, but he made it bad, and then she just made it worse, and it was just
after all is said
but
and done,
he was in Harry Potter. I was so hopeful. I was he was okay as Cedric Diggory, but then you have him as Edward. Nobody was thinking of Robert Pattinson for Edward. Nobody.
Somebody.
Obviously, some casting director was, but it just didn't match. But anyway, you have this idea in your head, right? You're reading a book. You think, oh, dark hair, dark eyes, tall.
I mean, handsome. He is all those things.
He's not handsome. He's a weird looking dude.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think it depends on how he. Yeah, I mean, I guess
he is a weird, scrawny looking dude.
He is kind of scrawny.
It's weird. He's muscular, but he's scrawny.
Yeah. He's got a very thin build.
Yeah. But anyway,
even as Batman.
17. Yeah, even as Batman, he should have been more built.
Yeah, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Anyway, good.
But anyway, Mickey 17. It was interesting. It wasn't my favorite, but wasn't my least favorite. There were moments where I was like, ha! And then there were other moments where I was like, what the heck? I literally looked at you. I was like, why?
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
I enjoyed the fact that I wasn't sure what to expect, honestly.
Yeah.
But it was very dark comedy. So if you're not into that type of thing, if you're a couple and you want to go and see this movie or you want to watch it when it comes out streaming, expect dark comedy. I don't think they really marketed it that way so much. Like, obviously, it's hard to market a dark comedy because you don't want to show every moment in the trailers, or you're gonna lose the wow factor in the movie.
Right.
And I won't explain what that exactly means, but like, there's certain things in this movie that you're like, what the, like you said, but then all of a sudden you're like, kind of want to laugh. And that's typical dark comedy.
Yeah.
Like,
it makes your skin crawl.
Death to Smoochie, you know? It's like,
yeah.
Why am I laughing at this? This is really horrible. But why am I laughing?
Yeah.
You know? Bo Burnham's whole life.
What?
What?
Oh my gosh. I miss you, Bo.
We miss you, Bo.
We miss you so much. We hope you're okay. Shout out to Bo Burnham. He's pretty awesome.
Yes.
He's pretty fly for a white guy.
Hopefully
He makes people laugh.
Hopefully you're just deciding to be out of the limelight and you're happy, healthy, and doing all right. I don't know why we're saying this to you. Like, you know, secretly, maybe you like watch our podcast. It's like, hey, these guys really like me. I'm going to watch them. You know, well, I'm in my house, guest house, wherever the heck he makes content.
His parents' pool house.
No.
It was his parents' pool house.
What?
He was staying in his parents' pool house during COVID.
Oh.
That was the whole point.
I didn't know that he even mentions it.
Yes.
I watched this thing so much. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, dude. He's so sick. Anyway, we miss you.
Yeah. And Mickey 17. So
Mickey 17 was funny.
But also like really talked about things and did things that I wasn't expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really did. If you see the movie, I don't know. Like I enjoyed the fact that it didn't try to like bang stuff over your head.
Yeah.
When it came to like current politics and like certain things going on in today, but you can see there were undertones of that kind of stuff.
Right. It was like a dystopian future, near future possibility, and then with that sci-fi dark comedy twist.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's worth a watch.
Yeah, I think so too. And then what other stuff have we been doing lately? Well, we changed couple chat again.
Yes. Well, this is the first time we're doing it this way, obviously. And yes, we've been on and off trying to figure out stuff. So that's kind of why we haven't been as consistent. Plus, a lot's been going on. I mean, Jackie has a new job, which is amazing. I got a promotion myself within my everyday job. Obviously, I didn't promote myself at Hahn Films. I already am the highest I can be at Hahn Films, I think. And promoting myself would be weird. So not there, but yeah. So
you have more responsibility now where you're working.
Right.
Yeah.
But we've had a lot going on. So, you know, couple chat, here are the Hahns took a little bit of a backseat. That's why we've been all over the place, had an episode, but then didn't for a while. So anyway, we're back. We're going to try it this way. We're going to see if we can be more conversational, a little more relaxed. And the big thing that's kind of going to initiate this change is an app that we got for Valentine's Day that we mentioned, I'm pretty sure.
For the Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about that and how that's going to affect couple chat and what this is really going to turn into? Because this episode is more like transitional. We're still kind of talking like we would previously, but I think this app paired is going to start changing the way we do couple chat and make it a little more focused on the couple aspect of this as we try to really get more granular on what an audience would want to see from us as a couple.
Chatting.
Well,
yeah. So paired, we downloaded right at Valentine's Day, got the promotion to sign up, and we've been on this journey for about a month. And I think
a month now. 14th was.
I don't think we started on Valentine's
Yeah, I
Day.
guess that's true.
I think we didn't start until like the 16th.
Okay.
So that's why I say like about a month, because we didn't start right away. We enrolled, but I don't think we like actually started answering questions.
Gotcha.
But I think we both have come to realize who's the one answering and who's not.
I don't think it's like that.
I've come to find that you answer a lot more now that you don't have social media on your phone. You've
Yes.
deleted you've deleted all personal accounts, and like you only use it to post for work, and like
Yeah.
I do have them still, but also like my free time is I want to just like read a book, not do much of anything, and I don't answer as frequently as I know I should, or the app prompts me to.
Yeah.
So I do see where the app is kind of like calling me out, and like where we are in communication with that. But overall, I think there's been some situations or even like topics that we never really even thought to like ask each other, and even like situations where I take the question one way and you take it in another, and you're like, wait, but the perspective I have is totally different from the one you have, and then we can chat in there about it. And we could say, oh, we're going to talk about this later or whatever, but it's just like kind of understanding where the other person's coming from on that subject too is really helpful.
Yeah.
Because you take quizzes, you answer a question a day. There's like games where you can see like if you two match really well, or if like you both will answer, kind of like the honeymoon games. They're like, what's their favorite donut?
But way deeper.
Way further. Yes, absolutely. And like what's your favorite kiss memory and that kind of stuff. So there are a lot of really good moments that have like kind of brought me back, because I feel like certain questions in this are meant to kind of get your mind working again and get that fire burning hotter, and just like all this stuff and these conversations happening is really helpful. What's really cool is too, they have what's called journeys. So there's a parenting journey where like, parenting and still being a couple and trying to be yourself and trying to juggle all these things that actually like guide you through that. We started that. It's been kind of hard to continue because, again, me starting a new job, you getting more responsibility at your job, kids has been a little. We're supposed to be on day like 28, but it's really day like 7 or 9.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're so all over the place, and answering questions is harder. But I really do want to make it a point to be better at it. So I think that's why we also wanted to focus it more toward couple chat. Like every week we'll do like 3 questions or like something like that, and highlight those questions from the week and just kind of talk about those things out loud as opposed to in the app. I think that'll definitely be helpful for us and also for you guys at home. I just think it's going to be really helpful for even people listening with their significant others, and just seeing like, hey, Jackie and Matt asked each other this question because of this app. Like, what do you think about this? Or like, maybe we should write our answers down and talk about it.
Yeah.
So it won't even strike conversation up for us, but it'll also strike it up for you and yours. So I think this will definitely help us all on a new journey that could actually help and make couple chat what it really needs to be. And Paired, if you want to be our sponsor, this is not a sponsored video yet. Yeah, that's just our little idea, and hopefully this time around it sticks and it works, and we feel fulfilled by it, because couple chat lately has been a little bit harder, hence why there's not been much. But we want to make it a point to do service by you and do service by us and feel good doing it.
Now I'm muting. Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting. We're very communicative and we talk about stuff a lot. And, you know, having this app, it's one of those things where I can only imagine how it might help people that aren't very communicative. But like for us, I'm like, no, I mean, a lot of this stuff I feel like should be in line. We're good, whatever. But like as we get deeper into things, it's so crazy too. And it's a weird feeling to like say it out loud or write it down that like some of these things we're not in line with, that it's okay. And like the app doesn't make you feel bad about it. It just allows you to acknowledge it.
Right.
And that's really helpful because once you acknowledge something that you don't realize until that acknowledgement that you haven't been seeing eye to eye, it kind of starts to help both conscious and subconsciously to become more aligned on it.
Yeah.
At least for me, I don't know if you feel that way, but
Yeah. I definitely think so.
so I think it's helped just in that sense. Like I don't think we need to answer each other all the time or be on top of it 24/7, but when it happens, and I personally like there are a lot of notifications for it, and that part I don't really like.
Yeah.
And
You could filter that out, but
Yeah.
it's not a nice reminder to just be like, Matt answered a thing. You want to react to it, or you want to
Yeah.
answer it too, and
Yeah.
see if your things match. Like, it helps remind me, hence the notifications.
Right.
But yes, it is overwhelming. I'll look at my phone and I'll have like 5 or 6. It's like, why?
But it's not just that. It will remind you too, like, hey, you're gonna miss your streak, or hey, you better do this, or hey, there's a new quiz. Like they remind you about stuff too.
Yeah.
So like, where you're like getting my notifications, well, those things probably happen because they're like, you better do this, you better do this, you better do this. And I'm like, all right.
Stop being so pushy.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I think it's a good thing. And if we could figure out the notifications a little better, I'm starting to like feel all right. I don't have to answer everything. I don't have to do it all the time. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
It's something that's supposed to help us when it's there, when we need it. Like it's not. I don't want to live in my phone like
Right.
I used to. That was the whole point of getting off of social media. So
I agree.
So we have a lot of really great things going on. We're going to try couple chat like this. So you guys let us know how you enjoyed this, how you enjoyed more, natural conversation. We're not trying to rush through things as we used to. I don't know if we're going to do the couple chat every week anymore. It's something we have to discuss.
Yeah.
It might be a little more fluid. It might be something we just flow with and have content come out of little bits and pieces from like this episode, for instance. I mean, we talk about so many things. It's a couple chat,
Yeah.
and it's hard to like just narrow down one little thing that we want to talk about. We're chatting. That was the whole point of this, And sometimes we're going to talk about movies. Sometimes we're going to talk about games. Sometimes we're going to talk about our relationship or parents. Like what? It just doesn't feel right to like really hone in on one thing. Like,
Yeah.
do you feel that way?
No, it's been a struggle honing in on something, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's been what our problem's been. Because every week you look at me and you go, okay, well, what topics do you have? And it's like, F if I know, because I haven't been thinking about that until when you brought it up just now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want homework. I don't. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a student anymore. I don't want homework.
Well,
But I'm saying, like, that felt like a burden and homework. This doesn't. This feels more conversational and just reminiscent.
being a theater person, I'm surprised you don't like that, because that kind of structure where you have to like learn dialogue and
That homework is chosen homework because I enjoy the end product of performing it and
so you
having
don't
an
enjoy the
audience
end
see it.
product of couple chat.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that a weekly thing where you have to find a topic, a different topic every week to try and cram into 5 minutes to chat about it is not fun for me. I like a script. If you want to make me a script on those things, I will memorize that stuff and I
Well,
will get it on
that's-
camera.
That's not fun.
No, exactly. That's more work for Matt.
Which I'm already doing.
Exactly.
Hopefully I edit this. Hopefully I have time to edit. This is the real statement.
No.
Well, anyway. So yeah, there you go. That's a glimpse into what we could possibly be doing from now on with Couple Chat. And yeah. See what happens. See what happens.
Watch what happens. Let's begin.
I'll never be a theater person.
You're more
Tricked
Maureen
ya.
than you are Joanne, dear.
Come on. Don't compare me to Adina Menzel.
No. Not her. The character she played.
I'm not mooing in any part. Thank you very much.
Come on.
And on that note, I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie. Oh, Maureen, Joanne, not Jackie.
Oh, jeez.
Awkward. Anyway, let's do that again.
I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie.
Here are the Hahns signing out.
Thank you so much for listening to Couple Chat. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify or YouTube Music. You can even subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see this episode in video. Thank you to Hahn Films for editing and producing this episode. Let's chat soon.